So next speaker, we will change. Next speaker would be Ibrahim Musa. Mr. Ibrahim Musa received his Bachelor of Science in Computer Science from Sudan University of Science and Technology in 2006. Master of Science in Data Mining from Database Bioinformatics Laboratory of Chungbuk National University in South Korea in 2010. Actually, he is currently a PhD student at Database Bioinformatics Laboratory of CBNU. Ibrahim is a member of ACM, SIGKDD, and a full-time lecturer and researcher at the College of Computer Science and Information Technology of the Sudan University of Science and Technology, where he is coordinating an ICT master program named Netel at Africa and other programs. He has published a number of conference and journal papers in computer science. His research interests include data mining and the social networks. He is a web activist who is preaching e-learning in Sudan. Please go ahead.
Hello everybody. I'm thrilled to thank the organizers and the members of the audiences. And I will delve into my talk of today, which is mining big data. I will introduce ongoing research about the case of multimedia-rich online social networks. To give a motivation about that talk, we can having a look about the world's online population by region. We'll find that almost all the population of the world are online. All of us know that, and just this conference is an example of how we can leverage online tools to gather people together. And from this statistic also, how people spend their time, we will find that the social media or social networks constitute 22% of the online participants. Given that there are famous social networking like Facebook and YouTube, and these social networking sites are producing or generating a massive amount of data that need to be tackled in a scientific way, we can find some knowledge and patterns on that. And recent statistics also show that the big data initiatives in the world, they are also social media producing 32% of this data. And this report was published by, it was Big Data Opportunities by SAP, May last year. And our interest lies on the analyzing the online social networks. There are many kinds of networks we can find, like metabolic networks in bioinformatics, and this is the way my talk relates to medicine or bioinformatics in general. And protein interactions, and also we have the our target, which is the internet and the online social networks. So all of the studies in the past, the analyzing online social network, worked on homogeneous networks. So that's only in online social networks. We have users who participate, and we have contents these users are generating. The analysis so far focused on the structure of the network, and they were neglecting the amount of data generated by these networks. Our goal is to focus on the multimedia data along with the social networking structure. The literature show that there are some attempts to tackle this problem, and they call it like social multimedia computing. That means, for example, we can look at the networks and the social network in two ways, as a multimedia technology or human social studies. And also recently in the United States, the infamous Professor Jerry Han, also he tried to work in this problem, and he's suggesting heterogeneous networks. That means we can think of any data in the internet, in the web, as a heterogeneous graph or network. Network here means graph, and these are some key researchers in the field. And our focus on this is actually ongoing project, which is we have questions and methods like studying network structure and communities in the presence of multimedia, and we will basically be tackling the problem in two ways, like network structure and dynamics. And here we will observe how the structure formulates and evolves the structure of the social networks, like the Facebook, for example. And then we are trying to find models, how to model the heterogeneous entities given the data and the network itself as people's nodes, and then also how to generate synthetic networks. In the other hand, we will look at the semantically formulated communities, how the multimedia context generate communities. For example, recently in Arab and Middle East, we have seen in these past years like revolutions led by social media activists, usually from Facebook and other social media sites like LinkedIn. How to model these multimedia and how to predict leaders and thought-provoking multimedia contents, the videos that may mobilize people to against their government, for example. And then the framework of our work actually is twofold. The three phases. We will have the privacy-aware data acquisition, which is the current status we are working on, and the other one is models for data storage. We need to model data to tackle this big data generated from such sites, and also we will apply scalable data mining algorithms. Then in the first phase, which is the privacy-aware data acquisition, our goal is to build privacy-aware parallel crawlers. And, a crawler is just a software program that works on the internet, goes and collect data. So, and we are not alone doing that. Then the one thing is that we build privacy-aware parallel crawlers. We go to social networking sites like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube and Flickr, and according to the privacy agreement, then we tune our crawlers to collect these data. The next phase, which is models for data storage, we need also efficient models to tackle this big data. The emerging graph databases is one potential of that, and other alternatives along the way. And finally, the framework is to contribute to sociologists and cybersecurity analysts, and also social analysts and the testing for public opinions. And of course, we can also incorporate data from bioinformatics, as I'm coming from a bioinformatics background, because the models and the social networking APIs that's expected to be an open source, we can collaborate on that in a bioinformatics field. That's it for my short talk, and I will be glad to take your questions.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ibrahim. Is there any questions? And please shift your slide on the screen. Okay, thank you. Okay. Is there any questions? So I have a question to Mr. Ibrahim. Do you have any experience with the social network tool to medical field, such as a hospital group or some doctors group? Are there any doctors group to join your system now?
Actually, we are just starting for the data collection and gathering part, and we will consider that, of course, because even now many things are going online, and in the field of translational bioinformatics, people try to analyze the literature to find correlations about the data. Most probably, our device tools will be extendable and scalable to tackle also social networking regarding the medical stuff.
Okay, so I think that this APA meeting and our PSM program is a very good connecting program to this kind of activity. Anyway, thank you again for your excellent presentations.